Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another opening. Um, it was a little bit hard to get a couple of Prism boxes. Well, as far as for getting the Prism basketball, it wasn't too hard to get them when they first came out. The mega boxes were out there. I think a lot of people, maybe, especially Walmart, because Walmart still has their blaster boxes at like $52, and these are like $58. So much better value at Walmart to get these. But I also noticed that the hoops cards also went up to, I believe, $40 when you can buy them at Target for 25. But good luck trying to find them in our local area because hoops is just very hard to find. Prism's been a little bit harder to find as well. I was able to pick this up. Luckily for me, there was a whole stock there, and that's probably been on my honeypot. I know I ran into somebody during I think the day before Thanksgiving, and he was looking for a couple of mega boxes because the Walmart we were at, there was two hidden at the very bottom, which we both didn't see at first, and we weren't really talking to each other. But and then as he grabbed them, I had already seen them, but they were right by his feet, and I was gonna wait till he moved. And as he, squatted down, he saw them, he grabbed them, and then later I saw him in line, and I had told him, "Hey, look, you may want to hit this spot if you're looking for some because I've recently hit them at this other spot." And then as I gone back, they were, people were picking them up left and right. So this is the first time I see a mega box in a while. So not gonna, it's gonna be two mega boxes. So let's go ahead and just start ripping. Seeing some more people pick up the channel, so I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Really, really, really do like that. Really helps out the channel. And if you haven't, yes, if you're not one of those people yet that have not subscribed, have not seen any of the past videos, the goal is to get to 1,000 before next year. Once we do that, we'll start giving stuff away. I'm probably going to start saving a couple of cards and start planning for next year's giveaway. But if we could get there faster, then of course I'll probably end up sending out maybe some mega boxes or a couple of blaster boxes, just for the fact that we were able to get to the goal a lot sooner. So go ahead and follow the journey. All right, so we've been pretty successful with pulling on some of these mega boxes. Hoops, I think I've only hit one or two Wemby cards, but with Prism, we've hit several. But here we go. Let's go ahead and get started with the little Chuck. And of course, there's several rookies in this class that you want to hit. It's a very nice draft class. Um, Anthony Black, and I think there's going to be couple of draft classes going forward. He's a San Antonio Spur as well. City is we might want to just look out for him. Yeah, I think he may be worth an investment later down on the road. Can we get another? No, it's going to be Kendrick Davis. But nice to hit another Wemby red cracked ice. I'm trying to hit something just a little bit different. Trying to do we've hit several Wembys, but we haven't really hit any kind of case hits. But we'll see. We'll see. We're starting off with a rookie there. He's another one. Matas, you want to go ahead and invest in him as well. I think he's probably going to go either one or two in the draft next year. It's worth saving him. Here's a little KD. What do you guys think of Texas knocking out Florida State to get to the playoffs, which they didn't beat them, but because they won, Florida there was an impact to Florida State's playoff hopes. But here's a Nick Smith Jr. on the prison break. Rookie. Oh man, for a second there, because Wimby holds the ball like that, I thought that might be him, but it is Leaky Black sneaking up on us again. I think he's done that to us a couple of times where I'm like, oh, but then you look at the ball, it's an NBA. I mean, it's um, a ball that's used here in the U.S. and it is not. Here's his second card. It is not an international ball. They could at least give us a variation if he has a variation. This whole pack is the same thing. I do hate when Panini does do that, and they can do that very often. There is a silver in here though, so it's not completely The same. Brandon Miller. All right. Cannot be upset about getting a silver of Brandon Miller. We're going to go ahead and sleeve him up. If you don't know Brandon Miller, he was the second pick of this year's draft. And he is over with Charlotte. He is out of Alabama. Actually, we'll put him with these over here. And then Jaden Ivey in the red cracked ice. I just call it red ice. So for those new to the channel, don't be upset because I don't call it red cracked ice. I usually just call it red ice. Right there. There he is. Wemby. And I don't know if your experience has been the same, but usually when I get a Wemby card, I'm probably going to get another Wemby card in that same pack. Same thing, I think, with hoops. With hoops, if you pull them, you're probably going to get a second somewhere there. Usually, I think with hoops, it's back to back. In Prism, I think in the mega boxes, I usually experience it somewhere within the other packs where I get something pretty good. But let's see, and he's always followed by the guy who shall not be named. Every time I pull him, I will pull this player as well. Here's a Grady Dick. Cam Whitmore as well. I think he may be he may be the steal of the draft later in the future. KJ Evans, Chris Paul, and then the purple wave. I think you get 2 purple waves. And it is not Wemby. It's Adam Flagler. And then I had already seen this in the back. It was Magic on the red cracked ice. Let's keep it going. I know that I had got a couple of comments on the previous video that I did release, letting me know that they are about the Wemby chase as well. Yeah, the Wemby chase is pretty fun. But also Scoot. I think Scoot is being really because he's coming out with Wemby at the beginning of the summer. It was the battle between Wemby and Scoot, but now Chet has also entered, and I just haven't heard as much about Scoot as I have of Wemby, and as I have heard from, as much as I also heard from some of the other players as rooks, but I do know as well that Scoot has a little bit of room because of the opportunities they have on their team, where unfortunately he might not be talked about as much this year because he's going to be relied a lot more than maybe Wemby and Chat because they have better teams. But yeah, shout out to subscriber as well as he left a couple of left some comments there talking about the Wemby chase to Collector Holic. Props out to you. Thank you very much for joining and joining the Wemby chase. Patrick Ewing, Trey. Here's a Shaq end. Oh, I thought that was him. This would have been the second day in a row that we would have hit a brilliant. But this one's going to be Cam Whitmore and Jalen Pickett. So we did at least get one Wemby in this pack. Unfortunately, we did not hit 2 or that other card that I thought we would hit as because usually when you hit his base, you usually get a second. But let's go ahead and dip into the next mega box. And prayer to the gods again that they give us a case hit. Let's pray to the case gods and mix these up. News that New York Knicks are also keeping an eye on the trade deadline because they may also make some moves. Chris Murray. And as much as you might not be a Knicks fan or maybe a Lakers fan because they're big market teams. Be honest with you, without them, the NBA just wouldn't be the same. It is good to have sometimes those big market teams um, to be in the hunt. There he is. You could tell by the ball. Yes, that is another hit, and that's the first time I actually hit his variation card. It would have been nice to hit his variation card in a red ice, but let me show you. Here he is. Turn it over to the back. There you see the variation card there. So very nice hit. That is going to be our second Wemby card of the day. And then I did cover the card so that we wouldn't see what's next. So it is a rookie. It's Wemby. You can tell by the ball. Another red cracked ice. So back to back Wemby's. His two best cards were in the back. And that is outstanding. Wemby hunting. I shouldn't even open these packs. But I don't know. Maybe we can get that case hit. Oh, man. Yeah, so it's always good to have those big markets because when you battle and say your team is a small market team, like say that like when the Spurs are battling the Lakers, um, we want to see those big teams in there, and we want to be able to beat those big teams. Without it, what it's not gonna be as fun. It was only fun for our first, in my opinion, for the San Antonio Spurs first title. It was against the New York Knicks, and I felt bad because I did want Patrick Ewing. Um, I'm sorry, I did want New York to win one. I was a big Grandma Ma fan. I was a huge Latrell Sprewell fan as well. Um, and I wanted to see them be successful out there. And unfortunately, we did beat them. Well, fortunately for us, right? We did beat the New York Knicks, who's one of the Thompson twins. Um, but that series was only great because New York was in it. Everybody knew we were favored to win the title, and that we probably were going to win the title. Hey, here's a little Trey Johnson. Let's keep it rolling. So yeah, we'd like to see the New York Knicks make some good trades and hopefully get further in the playoffs this year. I'm sorry, but I have not been keeping up with the in-season tournament. Here's Scoop making an appearance. Um, yeah, I just not have been a fan of this tournament. I hope it doesn't go very long. It's just I'm sorry, it's just hard to follow, and it might just be my experience. Little Kyrie. Maybe everybody else is enjoying it, and it could also be because your teams are winning. But regardless, it's just very hard to follow. It's only on certain days, and then there's certain people that are eliminated. It's not. I don't feel no playoff caliber basketball. Now, maybe in your city because your team is doing well, you may feel a little bit different, and maybe that's the case why I don't like it because my team got outs and they did not win one game. So you guys might have a different experience. Jalen Clark on the silver. Tiger Campbell. So we have pulled his signature card, and I think we actually put it up for auction on eBay. Um, Somebody picked it up, so congratulations. Hello, everyone, and this is going to be one of those situations where my mic actually goes out, so I'm going to go ahead and voice over the rest of the video. But here so far, we really haven't missed much. As I'm kind of going through the cards, of course, I hit a PC, but I kind of hit Jeremy Sohan a while now, and then we got a little Chet here. Chet's always good. Last year's Rookie of the Year, of course. I'm sorry, last year's rookie, but here's a Jimmy Butler on the widescreen. Of course, I only put up comps for those that are over $5, but let's see what's in the back. It is also a red, and it looks like it is going to be a white. No, it's going to be a prism break in red cracked eyes for Jimmy Butler. Um, so back to back Jimmys. But like I said, I'm only going to post anything that is $5 or above. And both these cards actually did not meet that threshold, obviously, because I didn't pull up the comps. So let's go ahead. Here's a Scoot, Jerry West, Tristan, Larry Bird. So nothing too big just to finish off the last pack. And Ben Shepard. Nothing with Clyde the Glide. Kind of a little throwback here from uh, for those 90s basketball fans. Jalen Brown on the green hollow prism. And then the red final card, it is going to be Mr. Prosper at the very back. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's video. Thank you very much for hanging in there. I know today's video, actually for two mega boxes, wasn't too bad, but as always, you're actually going to see that the comps are going to come up right about now to see if both mega boxes were worth it. But no, I want to thank you very much for hanging in there. Thank you. And again, like and subscribe. That'll definitely help out the channel as we continue to grow and you follow us through our journey through that growth. To hopefully we could hit 1,000 followers by the end of next year. We'll see you on the next one. Well, actually, I'm doing a recap here where we actually did hit 2 Wembys, a variation. Well, we actually hit 3 Wembys. So thank you very much. We'll catch you on the next one.